Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
So thank you so much for joining me on this session today. So Fulfillment Obi, that's a really, really powerful name. Is that your actual first name, Fulfillment?
That's my actual first name.
Wow, I like that. No, I believe in naming your children positive names. And as a fellow Nigerian, I know that that's something that we like to do. So I like that. Okay, so let's have a chat a little bit more about who you are, what you've done, and what makes where did you start from? Who are you as a person? And yeah, we'll take it from there.
Okay, my name is Fulfillment Obi. I'm the founder of the Living Flames of Fire organization. It's a Christian evangelical organization. The focus is to help believers walk deeper and deeper with Christ, and to see how we can bring people into the kingdom of God through evangelical outreaches. So I have a YouTube channel where I upload Christian content, Christian videos weekly, and that has had a maximum impact in the life of people over the past 1 year. And I also started my podcast, that was last year, Life Upgrade. And the whole idea behind Life Upgrade is to help people make better decisions, better choices with their lives, so they can get to their destination, so they can fulfill their destiny. Because I see a lot of people, including believers, they do not make the right decision on a daily, make a lot of mistakes, and these decisions they make on a daily drags them back and keep them in a circle. So I started a podcast with the intention of helping those people understand what it means to live an upgraded life. And outside that, from the Living Flames of Fire, I've been able, we are running outreaches. That was last year, especially to teenagers and children across high school. We're able to reach up to 5,000 high school students and record about 400-500 decisions for Christ. So the whole motive about everything I do is to see how I can make the Bible, the principles of the Bible, more practical in people's life. So I don't want the Bible to be something like an abstract book that people just read on a daily because they have to read the book, but something they can apply to their life and see notable and reasonable changes every day. So that's the motive behind everything I do, and that's the motive behind the Living Flames of Fire as well. I started very little. I got a vision. God gave me the vision. That was 2 years ago, and in the church program, and I just kept going over the idea. I kept praying, and so God kept expanding the vision to what you are seeing right now, to what you can what you are experiencing right now.
Well, that's a journey, and I think that someone who's familiar with the Christian religion, I know that obviously there are principles and there's a certain lifestyle that you're supposed to live, but one thing I found very interesting is that you said that more often than not, you want to help people to upgrade. That's the word that struck out when you said upgrade. And I think that that's very interesting. What did you mean by that? Depending on people's lives, people can live a good Christian life, or people can live a reasonably take it away.
Okay, the Life Upgrade podcast is not just for Christians alone, but I draw inspiration from the Christendom, from the Bible, and from the principles of Christianity. I draw inspiration from there. So the Life Upgrade is to help everyone live a better life, experience a better life than whatever they are living. So we have some people who are stuck, who are dealing with procrastination, who are dealing with issues in life that are slowing them down. Some people deal with depression, they can't move past the point they are in life. Some people are confused, they don't know what to do with their life. So that podcast is to help those kind of people, not just Christians alone, to move past that point in life where they'll be and when they'll begin to do things that will begin to bring recognition to their life, help them to live a better life than the life they are living, then they'll have this feeling of fulfillment that yes, I'm contributing something to the world and something to society. So that's what I mean about an upgraded life. So because when you start living an upgraded life, you're contributing to the society and to humanity. There's this feeling of fulfillment that is built from the inside of you. Just know that yes, my life, I'm not just living a life, I'm not just existing, but I'm actually contributing something to the world. So that's what I mean by living an upgraded life. And that's what my podcast does.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something that's important, that Christianity doesn't have to just be about obeying and rules and regulations. It should be about lifestyle. So I think one thing that struck me is you talking about the fact that you deal with depression, because most people say, if you're a Christian or if you're religious, depression shouldn't be an issue because you should have been able to have had it all figured out by now. God should be enough for you mentally, so you shouldn't be struggling with these things. But you do see so many people, so many Christian podcasts out there. So we always ask people, what makes your story or what makes your podcast unique? What makes your perspective unique versus say somebody else's?
Okay. What makes my podcast unique is when you listen to my podcast, I like the last episode I just released, as the element of greatness, you'll find it very easy to implement. So there are other podcasts out there that talk about theories and talk about ideas and all that, but they don't really give you the steps to take to actually actualize those things you are trying to bring into your life. So you end up having a lot of theories in your head, you know these things, but you don't know how to go about them. So what will make my podcast different is that I'll give you steps to take, things you can start doing, little things you can start implementing in your life, and kind of mindset you should implement or have on a daily that will help you get to that place you desire. So that's what make my podcast stand out. It's very, very easy to implement those things I teach.
Yeah. Well, I think that's definitely relevant, because practical measures are an important factor in this, making it all practical. So in conclusion, one thing I want to know is, what do you want people, assuming that people who are not Christian are listening to this, and or even Christians, what would you want them to know?
Okay. Please, I want to take that again. I did not get you, please.
Oh, sorry. Did I cut out? I'm so sorry. I just wanted to ask, what is it that you want people? What would you like people to know? So whether they're Christian, whether they're not Christian.
Okay, what I want people to know is that every human being is unique. Everybody was built for a purpose, and everybody have a place in the world. So it doesn't matter your background, your foundation, where you're from, whatever you're doing. You have God has put something in your life that you should contribute to the world, that will make the world a better place. So if you hold back, someone out there is going to suffer, and someone out there is going to suffer the effect of you holding back. So wherever position you find yourself, know that you are unique, you are great, and you have something to contribute to the world. So you should do whatever it takes to bring out those things, those potential that are inside of you. So that's the advice I want to give to everyone, Christian or not, whatever religion. Just know that you have something great inside of you.
I like that. I really, really, really like that. I think that's a very, very important point to conclude on. So, fulfillment, you have fulfilled something in me. I've loved this discussion. I really think what I've taken from this discussion is that it's important. As I said, I myself I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not religious per se, but I have my own journey. But one thing I've taken is that you are really reaching out to people, and you're really trying to make a difference. You're trying to, and I think it's also good you're reaching out to non-Christians as well, because I think that there are Christian principles that are relevant to non-Christians as well, even if they don't believe in.
Right.
So I think it's a very important thing that you're doing. So I'm very, very appreciative of this, and I want to take the time to say thank you for coming on, and thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And that's it for this week's episode. Add us to your podcatcher or on iTunes now so that you can make sure you never miss out on another second of our wonderful podcast. We would hate for you to miss out. Have a great week, everyone.